Alright people, how's everyone going? I am actually in a trade right now, so you guys are gonna join me in a trade. We're gonna live trade a poly market bet because it's happening right now as we speak. It is a mentions market and my monitors are all out of line because I was showing my pops how I have my monitors aligned and so on, and how I use. Give me a second here. I'm showing my dad how I use my setup over here, my computer setup and so on. So we're trying to get him some monitor arms. So he moved all of my stuff all over the place. So I just have to check it, put it back in location. But at the same time, I am actually in a poly market bet over here based on what Trump will talk about, and obviously he's live right now talking about Antifa.
Yeah,
I would say CNN is not quite as bad as MS.
MSNBC is not
What
really a
about
news
others?
site anymore.
Oh, MSNBC is sick.
He's talking about.
Sir, it's also just the stories that they publish about what's the ICE enforcement operations that are so heavily slanted that it's no longer, as I was saying, no longer just Antifa.
Is
but
there
Americans
closed
that become
captions
radicalized.
for
So
this
they've been
somewhere?
Very irresponsible with how they've been
I guess if
reporting.
you're on YouTube, you
MSNBC
have
for-
closed
for- yeah,
caption.
they're-
Would you rate that?
But right now they're talking
Probably.
about
They
news
ran
and
stories
what
well,
news
they ran a
writes
story about,
bad stuff
an
about
operation
each
in
other.
Southern California
I made a
how
mistake.
father of
I
Iranians
bought
was arrested
no.
and
He
made
doesn't
seem
say
like he
thank
just
you
did it
8
because of pride.
times.
But
Miscalculated that one. I was supposed to buy yes on that. But the other ones that I have so far, I am winning on these ones. So we'll see if we'll continue to win. Basically, he doesn't say the American flag 3 times. He doesn't say Democrat 4 times. He doesn't say Soros. And yeah, those are my only 4 positions right now. So we're waiting to see how the positions play out. There was some opportunity to go long Antifa. There was some opportunity for you to go long Charlie Kirk, go long Hamas. He basically started off talking about Hamas.
I will tell you, ABC is terrible.
They're still talking about news. That's good. He basically started talking about Hamas, so you could have bought Hamas at a pretty low price and made some money on that. He also brought in Washington D.C. at one point, and instantly Washington D.C. shot up. He used a thug at one point, and that shot up. Thankfully, he hasn't used the word Joe Biden yet, and he hasn't used the word American flag yet. He's used the word flag, not American flag. So I'm just
basic journalism.
waiting to see if he says any word that'll be useful for me to make some money here. So you guys are gonna not talk about stock market right now. We're gonna do a poly market stream for the first. Oh, please don't say Joe.
Election-defying answer, and they took the answer out and they replaced it with another answer that she gave 5 minutes later, having to do with a different subject, but at least it wasn't election-defying. No, the level of dishonesty with the media is incredible, whether it's on Antifa or many of the other groups. You know, you're talking about Antifa.
Okay, good. He didn't say anything yet. Don't bet on President Trump saying anything. What are you talking about, bro? There's so much money to be made here. You could have live bet this. More love for brain health today. MNM, DCPCS, PPBM. Yes, we'll talk about stocks after I'm done with this trade.
Not all of them, but some of the networks out there.
Still talking about networks. That's good. And as you guys can see, I still did a shower. My hair's all messy. I'm still in my casual outfit. I'm not really in any
Jonathan Cho,
presentable clothes at the moment. I don't look as presentable to begin with. So just relaxing. Usually after 4 o'clock, I go take a shower before going live. But I couldn't today because I was in trades, right? I was in trades over here. And I had to watch. So far, when other people are talking, it's really not important. But when Trump talks, it's more important because that's what we're betting on over here. I have one losing position for sure, but thankfully I'm only losing, $1.50, $1.80 on there. But everywhere else, I should come out profitable. So that $1 that I'm losing, hopefully, doesn't end up being that big of a dollar. Oh my God, that's Baron Trump to the right. No, it's not. It's somebody else. He was a YouTube. He said he's a YouTube media personality. How he goes to Brazil, he goes to a bunch of places. But America has been the most scariest place for him to be in because of Antifa, because of riots in America, basically the radical left coming in attacking the right wing, the conservatives, the Republicans. So that's what this is about. This is about declaring Antifa and the left wing, the radical lefts as a terrorist group. So hoping that he doesn't use Democrat 5 times, was it? 4 times. Praying that he doesn't say Democrat 4 times. I think he hasn't said it once yet. I'm long 62 cents. The book is at 50 and 95. No liquidity, no volume. But we'll see. Well, someone's got to save the continent. What does that even mean, TH? What was that statement?
I just wanted to say that all of our resources at Turning Point USA and Discovery Institute are at your disposal, and we will continue again to carry on the legacy of Charlie Kirk. He would have wanted us to pursue and chase the story.
Well, he was a good friend of mine, as you know, and he helped us get elected. Us, it really is us. It's even some of them, but not too many of them, not enough of them. And did you notice when we mentioned CNN and MSDNC? The cameras went off. 2 of the cameras immediately. Covered. Anyway, the problem we have is that this is a very important meeting, but you'll see very little press about it. These are major statements being made by major people.
Is the volume enough for you guys? Let me know. I can bump it up.
You're not going to see too much about it. They don't like to cover this kind of thing. So it's very dishonest what's going on there. I think the press is a big factor. Please.
I'm trying to get filled on this, but there is no liquidity. I guess I could buy at 85 cents.
You did mention MSDNC, CNN, a handful of those other outlets that have been lying about, various things, but especially what ICE, brave men and women over at ICE have been doing. I was talking to Antifa members in Portland the other day, and a lot of these people genuinely believe, they buy these lies, and they genuinely believe that they're fighting against literal Nazis.
Let me place a bid at 31 cents, see what happens. If someone wants to give me a fill. Prad, do you have a Polymarket referral code? I don't think Polymarket works in referrals. And honestly, I'm not here to try to make money off you, brother. Just go sign up and go make that money. I'm not here to make money off you. I'm just here to entertain you, educate you on all kinds of ways to make money, not just the stock market. And also all kinds of ways to lose money, because it's not always make money. For example, I just showed you a trade that I'm losing over here. But, I could possibly try to see if there is a referral code.
Go out and protest and make their voices heard and maybe bring friends and family.
I don't think there is a referral code. I'll be honest.
Exercise their First Amendment right, because they are literally deathly afraid. And I talk to these people all the time. They're afraid of militants showing up in black bloc and hurting them.
Yeah, there is a refer a friend system.
I've personally witnessed Antifa assaulting hundreds of police officers. I've witnessed
while this is happening,
police departments and federal
what
property.
We could do.
I've witnessed them making death threats against federal agents, police officers, journalists.
I need to see this in a new chat over here, new window.
Maybe not personally, but I've seen them get, hunted down and attacked.
Oh,
and
okay.
so,
gotcha. Okay.
this is a group that is responsible for a good percentage, if not a majority, of
Where
the
is it?
violent riots.
Did
in
I open it yet?
2021.
I don't think I have it open yet, so we'll just open a new window.
Mayors had a
While that's
hands-off
happening,
approach
let's go
with
open
these
our
left-wing
trading content
militants.
for the day. I
Just
haven't
as a quick
opened it
reminder
yet
for
because
everybody, we're
obviously
talking about
I
dozens
got into a
of
trade.
murders that
I
happened
couldn't
in
help
these
it. I
riots.
got
We're
into a
talking
trade.
about billions of
Polymarket.
damage
Let's
to,
go to the earnings
property and
calendar
communities
over
all
here
over
on
the country with
Polymarket.
thousands
Let's
of
also go to the calendar
just
over
like some
here.
little thing that the,
Today,
oh,
after
a bunch
hours,
of
nothing
journalists
really
were
too
there.
much of
No,
exciting.
they're responsible for a
After
lot of
hour
damage,
earnings reports look
and,
dead for
a lot of
us.
people that have,
There were probably
unfortunately
trades
died,
here though.
and
Oh, I completely forgot about these trades because I
basically
got
suppressing
sucked
people's
into.
voices.
God damn it! I got sucked
And
into
so,
the
what I do wanna talk about
this
is
trade over here. Let's
get
see
this
how
credit,
these trades moved.
almost every single person
AZZ,
in the
look
room,
at
to get this
that.
credit, you have to go undercover
Oh,
because
2
you are
p.m. in
at
the middle of
risk
the
of being
day.
beaten
That's
or
gotta
worse.
be
You
an
have to go
insider,
undercover,
right?
you
I
have to
mean,
film low
in the
key,
middle of the
capture
day, the
them
line just
committing
moved to the
crimes. This is stuff
downside.
that
Not
the
even
mainstream
after
media
hours
was
when the
not doing,
stock
has
actually
not been doing.
reported.
They'll show
Almost
when
like I want to
Antifa is
go
maybe
figure out
it's a
if
little
there's
more
an
peaceful,
insider
and
trade
they'll show
somewhere.
when it's more mellow, but they'll remove the cameras when things get violent and it's actually dangerous to be here. And I have
That's
personally witnessed
strange.
legacy media vans showing up at a riot.
Yeah,
300
not
yards
sure what
away,
happened over
getting
here,
out of
but
the
looks
vehicle,
like they missed
filming
on their
for 30
earnings report
seconds,
on
saying
AZZ
something like,
and a couple other stocks did end up beating tomorrow pre-market. We have a bunch of stocks to talk about, so that will for sure be on the watch list. Let me just show you those names: Delta, Tilray, the wheat stock, which has been on a little bit of a rally recently. Pepsi, also a good name to keep an eye on for trading, but a horrible product to drink compared to Coca-Cola, just so you know. And Helen of Troy.
So why is it there are numerous groups? I mean, Antifa's terrible, but you have other groups that I guess probably are almost as bad or just as bad. Not one other group was mentioned. I'm sort of surprised at that. You just come into contact with Antifa? It seems to be that you mostly come into contact with Antifa, please.
There's a lot of overlap, and I would say that, for instance, Jonathan brought up the
As long as
Democratic
Trump is not
Socialists of
talking, I
America.
don't care what's going
They're
on,
basically
because I
the same
only
thing.
care
There's
about the
a
word
lot
he
of
says.
Democratic
That's it.
Socialists of America
Oh, don't
who
say
are out there
Democrat.
in black bloc,
Don't bait him
you
into
know,
saying
hiding their
Democrat.
faces. And so I think we use, and I do understand, for the record. I
Don't
do
bait him into
understand the
saying
challenge,
Democrat,
as Andy
please,
pointed
because if
out,
once he
with
says Democrat, he'll
Antifa
say it
as
like
a
4 times in a row without a
graspable
doubt.
entity. I do.
Don't bait him.
But at the end of the day, when you look at behavior, you prosecute behavior, right? We're not
APLD
prosecuting
blockchain.
ideas or
That's a good one to
ideology,
keep
you're
an eye on
prosecuting
after
behavior. So
hours
whether
tomorrow,
you
and
can
I know one of
prove
my
that
friends is actually
this
short
amorphous thing
APLD
is
earnings
Antifa,
on
someone has a patch that
Poly
says
Market.
Antifa, it
Coke
doesn't
original
matter. You know,
formula
did they
was
assault
used to
someone? Did they
scrub
assault a
rust
federal
off a
agent?
bumper.
Were they
TH,
engaged
you're
in
just a
rioting?
hater.
What is
You're
it?
probably a
So
Pepsi drinker,
it's-
aren't you?
they're always
Yeah, you're a
using
Pepsi
that,
drinker,
they call
and
themselves
you also
Antifa.
take
You know, some of
Tylenol.
them really
Confirmed.
do. It's called Rose City
Confirmed.
Antifa. How long has it been around in Portland, Andy?
Since 2007.
They call themselves Antifa. In Seattle, I was outside the federal building, and they were yelling,
Guys,
"There's
it's
no police
confirmed.
here. This is
Pepsi,
Antifa
TH is a
land."
Pepsi drinker and a
then the same time,
Tylenol
Democrats,
user.
like our governor, and it's this idea. But yeah, I think Antifa.
All right, well, this is happening.
overlap with a
Oh,
lot
you
of
guys are not
other
supposed to see that.
anti-terrorism
Let's go
organizations.
over to.
Thank you.
You know, President Trump, I just wanted to add this.
Oh,
real
thank
quick,
God,
because
somebody
you're
else is
asking
talking.
Which
Good,
mainstream
good,
media
good,
outlet is
good,
the worst?
good.
What
Let's
I
go
think
here.
it's any of them they call Kilmar Abrego Garcia, Maryland dad. Because
Open
when
up
I'm
a
out
daily
there on the
watch
street
list.
Talking to these people.
Come
you know,
here.
they call it Maryland dad.
My computer's really
He's
slow right
actually
now.
human trafficking MS-13 gang member that's illegally in the country. But the amount of people on the street that I spoke with that thought that
Tomorrow.
he was a U.S. citizen that
Make
was
that
being deported
bigger.
to Uganda is
And now,
is dangerous.
let's start working
These
on the
people
watch
are
list.
genuinely
Right off the
believe,
bat,
based
AMD.
on
Big
what comes out
move
of
on
the
AMD
garbage
today to
standing
the
over
all-time
here,
highs.
that you guys are reporting
Without
U.S.
AMD,
citizens.
let's actually
So
start
that's
with
also when
some of the earnings names instead. Delta. Delta is actually DAL, not DLTA. DAL Delta.
You know, potentially great city again. It's not great now, but it could be great again.
Tilray.
We have to get there soon because
Pepsi.
eventually you can't do that.
Helen
What
of
makes
Troy.
a man like that say that things are wonderful? Why doesn't he say, we love that President Trump is going to come and help us clean up Chicago and make it safe again, as opposed to fighting us and pretending that there weren't 50 murders and 200 shootings and all of that? Why is that? Go ahead, Nick.
To spite you. To spite you, to spite the administration. That's simply what it's about at this point. Because, you know, if you go and talk to some of these citizens, like I'll use Portland as an example again because I've been there for so long now. You talk to the neighbors that live in the apartments next door to the ICE facility. There are veterans with PTSD that live there, and they're hearing all night long screaming, fireworks being lit off by these rioters, children crying because they, you know, can't sleep at night and they're scared of all the noise outside, and they can't leave. They can't, I mean, they got a lease. You can't just leave. These people aren't wealthy individuals, and that's one of the major problems here. And
Trying to
these
think
people
of other
are afraid to
stocks
come
to
out
put
and
on the
speak
watch
out.
list. Do you guys know
And
any
they're getting
stocks
no
that
help from the government at all.
that deserve to go on the
Begging
watch list?
for the
Any
noise
names
ordinance
that
to
you
be
guys want me to
enforced
talk
outside of
about?
their
I could
apartment
also
complex
check.
for months
Are these
now,
today?
and the
Is
city
it
of
today
Portland has
October
ignored
7th?
them
No,
every
right? It's the
single
8th.
time.
I could also
The
check
victims are, as I said, they're
our good
afraid,
friends
but
over at
the governments aren't doing
CNBC.
anything because
Oh,
they want to
ASTS,
fight
that's
the
a hot
administration. It's
mover.
all political.
Biggest mover
And the
pre-market,
politicians make
biggest
you feel
movers
like,
midday. Let's find some
like
names
you're
over
foolish, like
here.
there's something wrong. Like, how could President Trump be saying that about
He may mention
Chicago?
Ukraine, Gaza Strip, and ICE. He
makes
said
you feel
ICE a
see
bunch
that,
of times
11
already.
people
He
were
hasn't
shot.
said Ukraine or Gaza yet,
5
though.
people died.
Not today,
You
at
haven't
least.
talked
Not
about it
today.
like it's a wonderful
Josh is in the
situation.
house. What's up,
They
Josh?
make you feel guilty.
Trilogy metals.
people
Metals have been going
Don't get
up,
over
so
that. They
those
just don't get
obviously
over
are
it.
worthy.
I think they convinced the people. Do wealthy people leave too or not? Places
TMQ?
like Portland, are the wealthy people leaving? People that can leave, are they leaving?
I think that they're moving to the areas that have been gentrified. I mean, the Oregon governor, when she was saying, we don't need Trump
Trilogy
here,
Metals.
she's walking around, it's a very tight shot, if you notice that. And she said, Portland's just fine, you know, look at me. And they'll focus on the couple areas of
Rocky
Portland.
Lab
saying that,
space
and there were
sector is off to the
explosions in the background.
moon,
Yeah.
boys.
I mean,
We
there was a
don't
reason
need
they
the
cropped it in.
this explosions in the background.
Sure.
Anybody have anything else to say over here?
Rare earth metals, yep.
And then we'll get, should we be taking questions or is it just a
Oh,
waste of time?
oh.
Because they can ask questions, but, well, there's Brian, he's good. But you know what? In a way, it's a waste of time because if you give a great answer, they don't put it on. If you give
No
a horrendous
questions?
answer,
I
or
love it.
even
No
if you
questions.
give a
Just
great answer, they
fucking
make it sound like
call
it's
it
not a
quits.
great
Call it
answer.
quits. No
It's
questions,
very
please.
dishonest. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, and I think part of that dishonesty comes from what they see. For instance, I've never been asked to go on any other show besides Fox News. My clips go viral everywhere, but they've never even asked, like CNN's never asked, MSNBC's never asked, and a lot of times when I go to hotels...
Please, no
they-
questions. Get offline.
Fortunately, their ratings are terrible.
They are terrible.
MSNBC is dying and CNN is dying like a dog.
And,
Like a dog.
It's so pathetic.
It is very
You
pathetic.
ever see their anchors in the evening? That nobody ever heard of them. Where do these people come? I could take anybody off
No
the
one
street
wants
in
to film
Washington,
me.
D.C. that do a better job.
Yeah, and it's not
amazing.
hard to show what's going on these days. You literally have an iPhone and you can post it on X.
They don't believe in the star system, you know. It's just one of those things, right? Okay, Nick, you finished, Nick?
Yeah,
Are
thank
you
you very
finished,
much.
Nick? Good
Can I-
job. Thank you very much. Well, you've been through hell, I tell you that, but you're really incredible patriots, incredible people. Go ahead, please, Brian.
Oh, no
go ahead.
questions, dude.
Thankful for each and every one of you here right now, and I'm very grateful that my network, Real America's Voice, has partnered up with many of you. Jack Sobin, you have a show on a network. Many of you, Savannah, have appeared on a network as well. So thank you for being here. My question is this: in terms of following the money, I would just notify that the city of
Don't say
Boston
Soros.
is clear to vote tomorrow to basically waive $120,000
Oh, shut down.
fee so that a no kings, basically an anti-Trump rally can occur in their city. They're bypassing the fees, rolling it to the taxpayers. So my question is to you, what can the people of Austin, Texas do right now?
Hello? Hey, yo.
An anti-Trump rally can occur in their city.
No. No.
Last election, there were areas that I won by much more. We won in a landslide, but I actually won in more of a landslide than we thought. I said, you got to get out make it too big to rig. And fortunately, the people made it too big to rig. They tried. They tried. But the biggest thing you can do is have honest elections. You know, if you don't have, and you need great media. You need borders. Wait. You need borders.
Will Trump say the N-word?
And you have a great country. And
It's
you need-
trading
and
at
you need
24
all-
cents
yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
think he will.
Tim had ties to all these radical groups that you talked about inside here, so thank you for removing.
I would like you to make a big deal, though, if they're.
You don't see those specific bets on Poly. I just signed up. You're in America. If you're in America and you signed up through their website, you might see like different bets, but you might have to go through like a VPN because it's not fully legal in America yet. No questions, bro.
Actually
Who are you
concentrated on,
with? Who are you?
I am with
What
Al-
network?
I'm with Al Arabiya. It's an Arabic network based in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. But I am the foreign pooler today. Mr. President, you said that you might go to the Middle East.
Yeah, so you might need like a VPN to trade like the actual Poly market, but Poly market just went legal in America like a couple days ago. They're gonna launch the full product very soon, so you can wait a couple months, couple weeks, whatever long it takes, or you can use a VPN to trade it. You can VPN to like Vancouver, Canada, Japan, Amsterdam, and so on. No questions, bro.
Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Just to clarify, you said you might go to Gaza. You're saying that's
Who
the
you
first
with?
topic. I'm representing the TV pool, but I'm with NBC, sir.
That's too bad.
Okay. Well, just to clarify, you said you might go to Gaza, and then the second question I had earlier today, you said the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois should be jailed. Have you asked the Justice Department to look at possible charges?
No, I've seen the law, and when you have a group of people where the police call off.
Come on. End the goddamn conference. It's been over an hour, dude.
I've understood that. And I've
This was
read it
actually
today,
supposed to
and
start
it
at
was
3 o'clock.
jailed,
It's like
but that's
4:50
illegal.
now.
What they did is
I think it
guess
did
was
start
ICE
3:30
just
though. It
allowed
didn't
to
start
fly.
exactly at 3
And
o'clock
the
because
police
I got to
helped
make
them
some food for myself and my
and
dad
they're
at 3
fine, and then
3
all of a
o'clock.
sudden,
I think it started like
a
3:30-ish.
woman, was on the line saying, everybody, move back, get out. And they were given an order by the second person in the police department.
Also,
And the
Damien,
governor
this is
got
not
the order.
what Poly
I understand
Market
it's a
website
criminal
is. This
offense.
website's called Bet
Do you
More.
wanna comment on that?
But these are all Poly Market bets,
Sir,
and
we're
I'm
seeing
trading
that
on
happen
Poly
with
Market. But
local
Bet
law
More is
enforcement,
like a
state law
brokerage,
enforcement, not just in
kind of.
Illinois,
It's
but
also
also
free.
out in
Bet More is a
Oregon, too. In fact, out in
broker.
Portland,
You can
I was there
possibly make
yesterday
your
and some of
account
the
on
ICE
Poly
officers were
Market
telling
and
me
then
that
log
as they
in on
drove
Bet
by
More and then
the
use
rioters
Bet More
that were
to
saying, "Kill
trade
ICE
Poly
agents,
Market for
Molotov
now. At which
cocktails,
point you
melt
don't need a
ice,"
VPN.
that the Portland
Yeah.
police were cheering
This
them
is like a
on. They
brokerage
had their fists in the air cheering
platform
on the
type of
rioters
thing
were
that I
threatening
use to
their lives.
trade
So in Chicago,
Poly
we had
Market
a
with. It's a better
10-car
way to trade
caravan
Poly Market,
trail
basically.
our ICE officials and pin them down, and those ICE officials, to get out of their vehicles, a woman tried to ram them.
Hey, you guys gotta stop
run them
talking,
over,
man.
and
Stop
then
talking.
shots
Go
were fired to
offline
get
so I
them
can
to
make my
safety.
money, please.
So it's happening on a regular basis, and any elected official that allows this to happen and gives cover to those kind of individuals who are perpetuating murder should absolutely be prosecuted, in my opinion.
Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And by the way, we have Marco Rubio. Marco, come on up here, please. He's going to bring a little stability to this
Please,
group.
guys,
Come on
stop
up.
this.
Does everybody know Marco Rubio? Is there anybody that doesn't? Some of the reporters don't. That's why they shouldn't be reporters.
Which job is he here for today,
Come
sir?
on up here.
Brad,
Marco.
looks like GME
Anything
was the
we should
bottom
know
of the
about
chart.
GME?
Could make a move back up. Yeah, we could take a look at that bad boy.
He's doing a good job. He was born for this job, I can tell you. Daniel,
Mr.
please.
President, thank you very much. I have two questions for you, if that's okay. Seamus talked a little bit about the money aspect of this. Do you believe if you go after where the money comes
Don't
from,
talk about
Antifa,
Soros.
in regards to Antifa, do you believe that would be similar to cutting the head off the snake, so to speak? And I have a
It
question
would
on
help.
this.
You know, I don't know that.
Don't
it would
talk
be
about
totally
Soros.
complete, but it would certainly, you'd knock out 75%, 80%, 85%. These people, a lot of them don't believe it. You know, when they, I watch them, I say, I can almost tell a pro by, they're like professionals. That's all they do. And they get paid by somebody. I think it would knock out a lot of it. Yeah, not all of it maybe, but a lot of it.
And then a follow-up to that is, a lot of the people who we've listened to over the last hour, they've emphasized that Antifa, it's not necessarily this big organized thing. It's a bit ambiguous. It's deorganized. I think that's one of the words that Andy used. What is the challenges of going after a group that makes it intentionally difficult to go after and find? That could be for you, the Attorney General, anyone up there.
Well, they're smart people, and they deceive.
Someone just bought up 62 Soros. You guys saw that? There was size on 62. I was gonna buy up 62, and then someone came in and bought up 62, and now they're offering 89. Look at this. Recent trades.
Oh, my microphone's broken.
Oh no, they just pulled their offer.
They're not smart enough.
They pulled the offer and they put it higher.
By these liberal cities
And now there's a
for
bid
so
at
many
62.
years. And that's why we're all working with
So someone's
Treasury,
bidding
with all
62.
these different departments to find the criminal conspiracy.
Okay. I'm just giving. Yeah, I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East.
Oh!
And they're going to need me pretty quickly, so I will take a couple of more questions. Please.
Thank you, sir. I also have 2 questions for you, if I may. Have you given any more thought to possibly suspending habeas corpus to not only deal with these insurrectionists across the nation, but also to continue rapidly deporting illegal aliens?
Yeah, it's suspending who?
Habeas corpus, sir.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather leave that to Christie. What do you think?
No, sir, I haven't been a part of any discussions on that.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, you guys
This
heard
is
that
CNN
news?
speaking, by the way, so.
Are you
You know, this is one of
I
the
just bought
worst
more.
reporters that you'll ever. I don't even want to.
I
take
just
a
bought
question.
more.
It's a waste
You
of
guys
time.
heard that
Go ahead.
news?
How will you decide which workers get back pay and which workers do not?
Well, we're going to see. Most of them are going to get back pay, and we're going to try and make sure of that. But some of them are being hurt very badly by the Democrats, and they therefore won't qualify.
What's my average? 39 cents? Yeah, I'm okay with
Go ahead,
buying
please.
more.
What will the administration do to foreign Antifa organizers and funders who are located overseas?
Go ahead, in the yellow, please.
So the Nobel Peace Prize will be announced on Friday.
Look at that. People coming in and buying as soon as he said that.
By many, many countries, that's
Many
right.
countries as well as the hostage families. Do you think you will win?
I have no idea. I mean, look, I did settle. Marco would tell you we settled 7 wars. We're close to settling an 8th. And I think we'll end up settling the Russia situation, which is horrible. 7,000 people died last week, by the way, in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. I think we'll settle that. So I don't think anybody in history has settled that many, but perhaps they'll find a reason not to give it to me, you know? Perhaps.
He said they're very close to cutting a deal, and he needs to walk away from this meeting very soon to go have that other meeting.
What is your position on the extension of healthcare subsidies, which is what Democrats are asking for?
All I want to do is very simple. I want to get the country open, and then we're going to discuss that. And we'd like to. Obamacare is a horrible mess, and it has been from the beginning. We want to make it better, stronger. Even if it costs more money, we want to make it better. The Democrats want to make it worse. The Democrats want to approve health care for illegals coming into our country, many of them coming in from prisons and
now I don't have any cash left.
And drug dealers.
I just deployed all my cash.
For our people, because that's going to destroy the health.
I just deployed all my cash on that.
Obamacare better for people, less expensive, and better health care. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. President, I'm wondering if you've been briefed on the organization and funding of Antifa, and if so, what have you learned?
I have.
He
been,
said
and
Ukraine?
They have, pretty good knowledge, but they're going to have a very.
He
good
did say
knowledge, and I
Ukraine. He
really
said
asked
Russia
these
and he said
very brave
Ukraine.
patriots that we
But that's
surrounded
not
today
a
to
line
let us
right
know,
now.
because I
Is
think
there
we
one
probably
here?
have some pretty good ideas.
I mean,
and
I'm too late
even
for
if
that
you're
now.
not
He
sure,
said
let
that
us
like
know and
30
we'll figure it
seconds
out.
ago.
Okay, if you could do that. You're from Italy?
No, I'm from France.
Oh.
Can you specify how close we are to the deal? Would that
He's
be-
laughing because she's from France.
Do you want to see hostages released before you travel to the region?
No, I think I'll probably go maybe before the hostages are released or shortly thereafter. Pretty much shortly thereafter. Yeah, please.
Participating in the negotiation.
Go ahead. Who you with? Who you with?
The Center Square. I had the honor of asking
Paper
you
Tiger?
originally designate Antifa a terror organization. And I stand here.
Why would he
before
say
you
Paper
today,
Tiger?
And I'm echoing what Andy said over here. Are you going
Tennessee,
to work with your
Oracle,
administration as the
Google,
Secretary of
fentanyl?
State's here? Are you going to work with your administration to designate it a foreign terror organization?
You mean it a terror?
Antifa? A foreign terror organization.
Well, has that been done? Pretty
He
close,
did say
yeah?
Ukraine,
Would you
though.
like to
You're
see it
right,
done?
and you said that you would put your money on that, and if you would, you would have made money.
That's the kind of thing I'd like to do. If you'd like, does everybody agree? If you agree, I agree. Let's get it done. Okay, let's get it done.
Where's my portfolio at right
Take care of
now?
Mr. President.
After deploying that extra money.
International. Sounds good to me. Steve, are you okay with it?
166.
Yes, it's true. There are extensive foreign ties, and I think that would be.
I lost some money yesterday, sadly.
so, too.
Yes.
Hey,
Good,
but
I
look,
think
look
it's
at that.
a
Those
good
lines
point.
are starting to move. One last question, please, and stop it, dude, so I can talk about stock market instead.
We'll always take care of our military.
Would you encourage Congress to pass a standalone bill to pay our service members?
Yeah, that probably will happen. We have to worry.
Boom,
about it.
right
We'll
as he
take
said
all
that,
the
you
time.
can see
You
how
know,
these
1
lines
week
started
is for me
moving.
An eternity. 1 week for me is a
Right?
long
443
time.
is when he said,
We'll
and the
take care of
lines
it. Our
jumped
military is
up.
always going to be taken care of. Yeah, please. Blue dress. Blue.
Blue dress.
President, Rebecca with Blaze News. I'm curious to know, so you're talking about the money funding these Antifa organizations, and somebody brought up.
So I
Roy
lost
Singham, I think it
this.
was
How
you,
much was this
who,
again?
by the way, is
I lost
married to one of the
$1.80
co-founders
here.
Of Code Pink, this infamous left-wing organization.
I guess I
I'm
could
curious to know the
sell.
administration's-
Who is that?
Oh.
Who is that?
Roy
Where's-
Singham. He's married to.
No, did you say they're here?
No, he's not a
He
journalist.
still
from,
didn't say Joe
Oh,
Biden
I
3
see.
times.
Okay.
Jameis, thank you.
Good. Good. Good bring up.
I bought MFA under 9.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
are you talking about stocks? Yeah, we'll talk about stocks in a
Extensively.
bit.
I'd love
I'm
to
just
know
trading
what the
something right now.
administration is going to do to actually bring consequences to some of these names. You mentioned.
Well, I don't know the name, but I would like to ask Pam to take a look at it. You know, a lot of the best information we find are through you and other people like you. So I'd like you to look at it, Pam.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. End it, end it, end it, end it.
In the back, please.
Compelling proof that Antifa did infiltrate on January 6th, dressed up like Trump supporters and incited violence. Is that something that you would want the new J6 committee at Congress to look into?
Well, I've heard that. They dress up like, you know, they're fresh out of MAGA, but they have nothing to do with MAGA. And they make trouble,
MAGA.
and they try and blame it. And yeah, we know some of that, and we will be acting on some
Man,
of that.
I
We've
wish
seen
I
it.
bought
We've
Hamas.
seen
He
it.
straight
So,
up started
I
by
think,
talking about Hamas.
You could stay a
Ah.
little longer, but you know the problem is, although you have some very honest journalists in here, you also have some mostly, largely dishonest journalists like MSDNC and CNN. I think they're very
MSDNC, isn't it?
dishonest.
BNC?
Unbelievably. It's like a waste of time even talking to them. But I have to go now to try and solve some problems in the Middle East, although I'm very well
Oh,
represented.
end
by
it.
Our Secretary of State, he could probably do an even better job than me. But who knows? We don't want to take any chances. So we're going to go and do that. If you'd like, Pam, would you like to stay for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
No.
while we have all these
Oh, well,
great
even
people?
if she says,
And
who
I'll
cares?
let
If
Pam
he's
and
gone,
Christy
I don't
take
care.
over and,
If he's gone, it's over.
Get some
I
good
would.
points out. I just want to thank the people around the table in particular. You've been amazing.
Come on,
You've been
boys,
brave.
we
You're
cashed.
real patriots. You're
Live
real
mention
patriots.
market
And at
trading
some
for
point, we're
you,
gonna have to look
and we
into,
cashed.
at least in certain cases,
Wait.
rewarding
Ah,
with
you see how the
some
book is
very important
evaporating?
Medals and honors. Okay.
The book
as
is
we have done, and
evaporating.
We'll be doing with Charlie. You know, Charlie is getting the
Yeah, I'll buy
Presidential
No
Medal of Freedom,
98.
which is our highest award outside of the Congressional.
I don't have
Medal of
enough
Honor,
cash
and
to buy No
I think they're
98.
sort of even. One's civilian and one's military. But unfortunately, the civilian sometimes is military also because of what we have to go through on the streets of this
Do I have it?
of this country. I can only tell you this:
Do I have it?
Nation. We have a nation that's right now the hottest in the
Do I
entire
have it?
world. We're the hottest nation in the world, despite all of the things
Do
we've
I
been
have
saying
it?
today. But that's going to make your job easier, because nobody's doing better than we are financially.
I have it.
We're
I bought it.
We've never done better.
I'm
We've had,
in.
I think 58 stock market increases since
I'm
I've
in.
been, top, meaning
Please
record
don't say Democrat. The
increases.
book's
Yeah,
just
never
evaporated
seen
over
anything
there.
like
You
it,
can
and
see how,
we're gonna keep
as
it
soon as he
going.
said that I'm not going to talk
makes it
anymore,
a little
any
bit
of the
easier
ones that
for
are
what we're
almost
doing. I guess
guaranteed to
maybe it
make
also makes
money,
some people
the
crazy
sellers are
because they
gone.
don't
No
wanna see us
sellers,
do
no
well.
sellers.
But we're the
This
hottest
one,
nation
they're
anywhere in the
still a
world.
little
We were a
doubtful
dead
if you said
nation 1 year
Democrat or
ago. I
not,
say
but
it
I'm
all
almost
the time. We were a
guaranteed they're
dead
not, because you
nation.
can
Now
see
we're
how the
hottest
book is
nation in the
completely
world, and
skewed
that's
to the no
said
side
to
right
by
now.
every leader. One
No
of the reasons
sellers.
that
little
We
bit
have
sellers over here
every
because they don't
country
know if he
already
said it or
signed up.
not. I
We're
guess he
just
did
about
say
to
it.
sign.
Say it.
Every country in the world. all
Didn't
this
say it, so no
whole mess
sellers
we
over
have
here
going
on the
over
no
with
side.
Hamas
No
in the Middle
sellers, no
East and
sellers.
all of the things you see.
He's
is they
doubtful over
respect our
here. I'm just gonna
nation.
skip on that one.
A
No
year
sellers,
ago,
no
you wouldn't have been
sellers.
able to get it.
So
You
I
certainly
lose
couldn't
on
have
one,
gotten
but I
Biden. He
make
didn't
money
know
on
where the hell he
everything
was.
else.
But a year ago, you wouldn't have been able to have a situation
5,
like this. So I
7.
just want to thank the people around this table, and certainly the officials around the table, because they've been incredible. They've
So,
been brave. And I
5
watched
plus
yesterday, Pam,
7
and
plus
I watched a little bit. I thought it was
6.
so good. I rounded up and I watched it late in the evening because I thought you were fantastic yesterday. You really, look, you had some wonderful
Wait, what?
senators, some great politicians asking you very fair questions, and you had some real,
Wait,
real
what?
slime balls.
7 plus
But I
5
think you were amazing,
plus.
so thank you very much. And Christy, thanks for the great job. Cash, thanks for the
5
great job. Always my man back down there. He's
plus
a silent
6.
type, but he's a hell of a lawyer. Thank you all. We're gonna get.
So that's
we're
23
gonna
bucks
get peace
right
in the Middle
there,
East. That's
and
what
then
we
I
wanna do.
lose
Thank you very much.
$1.80. Let's go! That's a dub, chat. That's a dub. That's full profits. Full profits. We back up, baby. We back up. Pratt, I lost on your comments and what you mean. I'll tell you in a second. Just making sure that big boy Trump over here doesn't screw me over in the last second. He's done talking though. He's done talking, and that's all we care about. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. I love it. Woo, baby. Let's go. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what we're doing, that is basically political trading. That's political trading, political market trading through a new market. Not as new, but fairly new. Especially if you're only into the futures, into stock markets, it's gonna be very new for you. It's called Polymarket. It's basically blockchain trading based on politics, based on a bunch of things out there in the world. You can place a bet on almost anything. It's ridiculous how many things there is a market for, and you know, there's decent liquidity on every single thing. Now the best part about Polymarket is yesterday they got announced that they're going to have a $2 billion investment from New York Stock Exchange's parent owner, ICE Exchange. So the exchange that owns New York Stock Exchange now also directly is involved with Polymarket. Jeff, I think, who is in ICE Exchange or from NYSE, they've been talking about wanting to tokenize the stock market for quite some time. And Polymarket is already tokenized. You know, a great example of how you can tokenize stocks and even things outside of stocks, and have them move on an environment that's easily trackable by everything. So all of that appeal really you know, clicked in with the exchange holders. Previously, Polymarket was banned in America to the point where the creator of Polymarket wasn't even allowed to work in America. He had to flee America, from what I remember. You know, the FBI raided his apartments at one point, and now yesterday he's watching his company's banners being hung and literally being put up at the New York Stock Exchange. He is now the youngest self-made billionaire. So like, this is the next market. This is the new frontier for financial enthusiasts. And you know, I've been talking about this for quite some days now. If you're not watching Polymarket, being a futures trader, being a stock market trader, you're making a big mistake. There's so much over here in terms of alpha. For those of you who don't know what alpha means, it's just a fancy way to say knowledge or information. There's so much knowledge and information that you can directly transfer into the stock market, and then directly transfer from the stock market into this market. They play so well with each other. They're compatible. I mean, it is just awesome to see how Polymarket has been evolving so far. I've been honestly rejecting Polymarket for quite some time, but now, you know, I've just been completely engulfed by it. I've been studying it. I've been looking at how markets move. I've been studying the little actions. I've been looking at insider actions. You can for example, here I'll show you exactly what insider actions look like. Open AI. So there's a line over here that says, will OpenAI announce a browser by October 31st? Now, if you're a person like me who doesn't really know anyone who's working at OpenAI, you might come under the conclusion like, hey, OpenAI recently had a dev day, and in dev day they announced a lot of developer products. They didn't really announce anything about a browser, so possibly no makes more sense. On top of that, they recently announced an application for the mobile browser, not the mobile browser, sorry, for the mobile apps, which is sitting at the top of the chart. It's called Sora. So Sora is sitting at the top of the charts. Would they really want to strain their servers and also announce a browser in the same month, and basically kill their product for Sora? Not necessarily kill, but take away eyes from Sora. Is probably not the smartest thing for any tech company to release two big products in the same month. So based on that, you see how I got no. You can see my position, no at around 56 cents, 57 cents. And then if you go to my history, order book, where is the history right here? Overnight 2 days ago, someone actually came in and gave me some profits at 74 cents because people had the same idea that I did, that, hey, why would they announce a browser the same time when they announced an application? It went up to 74 cents. I got some profits over there, but the market came crashing back down, and now you have a triple bottom over here for the no side. If you flip it to the yes side, you have a triple top. So you could basically take the triple top breakout and trade this as a simple chart and not worry about the simple mechanics of the poly market, which is, hey, is the market actually going to have a browser or not? You could ignore all of that and just trade it for a chart. If it gets above 52, 55%, once it gets above 55%, you start going long, and if it doesn't go above 55%, you just stay away from the long on the yes. The reason why it's doing this, though, is because there's a holder named Tiger Lion Zebra. This person has never traded anything else before other than this specific market and one other market besides that. The one other market happened to be an OpenAI market. It's if OpenAI would announce an app in 2025, and they bought it just days before Sora came out, and they ended up making a ton of money on this. Oh, look at that. I also made some money on this, but thankfully I got out before the app came out, because I would have lost on this. Anyways, you can see how they were buying up this position on the yes direction because they possibly knew something. And then now all of a sudden the only other position they're trading is this position that I'm also positioned in, and I'm on the opposite side of them again. So that makes me a little worried. Based off of that, I'm very happy that I took some profits. You can see how 5, 6, 7, $8. So I spent about $9 over here to go long, and I basically made that money back by taking profits. So the rest of my position that I have at the moment, it's almost irrelevant. I'm playing with house money now. Even if I lose on this position, I don't care if I lose on it because I'm already break even on it. If I do win, that's free to $13 because I have 13 shares. But if I do lose, sadly, I will end up losing like $7 on this trade. But if you look at it realistically, I spent like what, $10, $9, and I got my $10, $9 back from that market. I don't care what happens on this one anymore. Same way I'm trading these markets. I'm not predicting the future because I'm a stock trader, right? When you're a stock trader, your mindset is stuck on not wanting to predict the future, is just trading the market. That's what I'm doing over here. I'm just trading the market, what I get to see from it. Let me just quickly show you how I traded this market over here. If we can pull it up real quick, Israel Hamas. So right now my trades, you can see how I have had 11 trades in total. starting all the way from 24 cents. I bought from 24 cents all the way up to 56 cents. I sold at 62. I bought more at 61. I sold at 74. I sold at 80. And then as soon as we heard Trump talk about it, I bought at 77. And you can see how the book is now at 78, 79. My average is at 58 cents. Realistically, by looking at all of these trades, I've already made profits on this trade already. I'm 17 bucks in the money on this position, excluding the money over here that's online, right? On risk. So excluding the 11 bucks on risk, I've already made 17 bucks in trades back and forth. And then if I do end up winning this, Trump just said he's got to go talk about Middle East peace and so on. If that ends up happening, this extra 11 bucks ends up being 20 bucks or so. So I make around 60 to 80% more on my rest of the shares. You can see how these lines are now moving higher. 81 on the bid, 82 on the offer. I'm just in the profit right now. Like look how the value is now $16 for the value of this position, whereas the cost of the position is only 12 bucks, right? And obviously you can put a lot more liquidity in over here. Look at this offer over here with $12,000 on the offer, 13,000 shares over there being sold. People probably scalping their profits too, all the way from $24 and so on. Just showing you that a lot of people believe that the peace in Middle East is more eminent than not. Look at the if you go to recent, people are just buying up over here. You got $2,000 being bought up at 80 cents. That means they're only making 20 cents a dollar, but they are willing to spend $3,000 at 80 cents a share so they can run up the price of the north side. Someone bought No at 21 cents for $87. They're kind of gambling over there. But hey, who are we to say that, right? Anyone trading anywhere at the end of the day is basically gambling. But hey, look at that. My portfolio just went from 165 to 173 just in front of you guys over here as we got into some of these positions. And then the Trump positions that we just traded in front of you live. One of them should be a loser. Yep, right there. That one should be a loser. In fact, I can even sell it. Man, I thought I could sell it for maybe 3 cents a share and then get at least 2 cents back for that trade. Looks like we're not going to get 2 cents back for that trade. But over here, we turned... why is that red? I guess because of liquidity issue. Yeah, he didn't say American flag. That should not be disputed. Where is that? I guess it's not closed because people are just doubting if he said it or not. Buy no is at 100. Yeah, okay, there you go. Buy no is sitting at 100 and people are bidding at 32. Buy yes is sitting at 68. That doesn't sound right to me. But that one should be a winner, turning 370 into 5, turning 215 into 5, turning 285 into 645, and then turning 519 into 713. Now, guys, yes, chump change doesn't really add up. That's also because I'm trading with a very small account. But, you know, the numbers are what important. Just in front of you, I made 100% return over there, and then another 100% return, and then possibly like 30 to 40% return over here, another 30 to 40% return over here. So just simply in front of you, we just made cash, liquid cash, just watching what Trump says and trading on what Trump says. There's another market like this tomorrow, but this one's at 12 p.m. EST. Possibly not going to be live for this one. But I urge you guys to watch it too. I'm not saying go out there and trade it, but go watch these markets. Just understand what happens. Thank you 8 times. There's a good chance that he doesn't say that tomorrow because he is not talking to... Sorry, I'm burping. Because he's not talking to a whole round table of people where he thanks everyone in a row. but there is also a chance that he does say it because he's gonna probably say thank you to the news people, thank you to the president, and so on. Some things that you could do to research this is go and research if when he has these one-on-ones with other government leaders, does he ever actually say thank you? And if he does say thank you, how many times does he say thank you? A couple other things over here. Biden. Why would he say Biden in a conference about Finland with the Finland president? Unless he wants to talk shit about Biden, there's a chance that he doesn't say Biden. So maybe him saying Biden 3 times is not in the picture, but also because he is not sitting at a round table with a bunch of people, maybe him saying Biden is actually a lot more likely because he wants to shit on Biden. Tariffs saying 3 times are very likely because he's going to discuss tariffs with the Finland president the same way he was discussing tariffs with the Canadian Prime Minister yesterday. So things like this. Why would he talk about drones? Possibly not about drones, so you can buy it for 65 cents on the dollar. Why would he talk about Hamas? No, maybe a media correspondent is going to ask him a question about ceasefire, about Hamas, about Middle East, and then he might use the word Hamas, and you can see how the market's actually pricing that in at 67% probability. So just understanding these type of speech patterns, how people talk, when they talk, what type of, when they're asked a question, how do they respond to these questions, will help you understand how to trade these positions. I generally like to trade these live because then I can analyze the speech patterns and the questions and what he's talking about and use that as a gauge to trade it. But at the same way, if you do that, you're gonna miss out some opportunities. For example, you could have bought Hamas probably today at 69 cents before the conference started, but right after as the conference started, when he started talking about peace in the Middle East, the sellers on the book just evaporated, and then all of a sudden you hear the word Hamas. Right? So sometimes you might not be able to catch it. Sometimes you might be able to catch it. So far, guys, anytime I've traded mentioned markets, I've made pretty good money. So, this is actually turning out to be a very good opportunity over here, if I'm being honest with you. Limit buy no. Oh, 18 minutes ago. Okay, good. I got scared for a second. I was like, what? No. 7% though. Like, see, this one doesn't make sense. Buy no 100. Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, right. 7% chance to buy. Yes, that's right. That's correct. That's correct. 10% chance that he said it. Yeah, I agree with that. I was trying to get filled on that one. 68% chance he said this apparently, which I don't think that's true. Well, 34% chance. So that means I'm making money over there. 8% chance he said Joe Biden. That means I'm making money over there. 1% chance he said Soros, so I'm making money over there. And then 100% chance that he said thank you 8 times, so I'm not making money over there. Simple, right? And this is just mentioned markets. There's more than mentioned markets. There's like, insane amount of things that you can do over here. Like I said earlier, if you are a news catalyst trader on the stock market, and you're not watching Polymarket, you're making a very big mistake, because these are by far the biggest opportunities to trade news. With stocks, maybe I shouldn't say biggest. With stocks, you do have some good opportunities with trading news. But with these, it's almost every single news out there. And now look at this bid. The bid's 82 and the offer's 84.85. People are snagging up shares. $4,000, 5,000 shares bought at 83 cents. So basically, they're paying $4,000 to make like $1,000 on that bet over there. So like a 10% return, 20% return on their bet, something like that. By buying at 83 cents, right? So, I mean, this is even buying at 80 cents if you believe that the ceasefire is going to happen. That's a good money-making opportunity. Another one over here. You can, if you really think that, for a fact there's not going to be a ceasefire without Hamas releasing all hostages, without a fact. You gotta be willing to release all hostages for there be a ceasefire. So if you think that ceasefire is going to happen, the ceasefire line is trading at 82, 83 cents, but the Hamas releasing hostages line is trading at 68, 69 cents. So you can buy it at 68, 69, and then have this go up to 80, 90, take some profits at 80, 90. At that point, if they don't release all hostages, who cares? You make money anyways. Actually, like that didn't come out right. I'm sorry. We do care because we want all hostages out, but you get the idea. Over here, you can see how I have 30 shares at 51 cent average. So that's a cost basis of $15. I'll be making about $30 when this goes to 100 cents, or $1, that is. In the meantime, though, because I've been scalping my position in 25, out 28, in 21, in 42, out 63, in 51, in 69. So as I'm scalping my position, I'm making money along the way. I'm not just bag holding the position. I'm making money on the pops. I'm buying back on the dips. And then I'm watching my position go back again. And I'm making money on the pops again. Like, this market has honestly made me a better scalper than the stock market has ever made me. Which is hilarious. Like, if I can do this on the stock market at the same capacity, because the stock market has a lot more liquidity, a lot more volume, and a lot more opportunities to do this, I should be able to print on the market, right? So, this is just an exciting adventure so far in the last 2-3 weeks for me. And yeah, I think we've basically spent a whole hour talking about Polymarket today. Didn't even get to talk about stocks. So why don't we take some time over here really quickly to talk about some of the hot flyers on the market. I'm gonna close some of these too because I think we have most of the good names that we want to talk about. ASTS, is that already in there, or is it ASST? I forget. Rocket Lab. I'm pretty sure I put Rocket Lab in here. Where the fuck is Rocket Lab? There you go. Okay. Okay, we do have it on the watch list. Let me close some applications too because they're just going to take up my resources over here. That can close. Benzinga, you can close because we're not using you at the moment. Anything else that we don't need? I guess that's about it. Okay, let's quickly run down through some charts, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on the market here because it's already been quite a bit of a time. But some important names tomorrow to keep on watch. Obviously the earnings names. Delta Airlines above the 200-day moving average, looking very good. I'm just going to go ahead and delete all my drawings over there because the ones that matter to us now as day traders, as swing traders, will be the most recent range. What is that range, low and high? You got 58.50 and 55.70. So just say 56 and then 58.50 is your range now on Delta Airline. If we're able to break out above 58.50 and start holding above on dips, that looks good to me for a long opportunity. If we're trading in this area, I am very non-interested in this position because on an earnings report, you're not able to break out or break down. That's very, very boring if you're trading here. So I want to see something like this, or I want to see something like this. At that point, there's easy trades to keep an eye on for Delta Airlines. Along with Delta Airlines, you can possibly look for some sympathy trades on its sister and brother companies like UAL, AAL, JetBlue. Not necessarily the cruise liners, but maybe the cruise liners because of the whole sector possibly end up giving you a trade. LUV looking pretty good too if you ask me. Possible breakout as a sympathy trade to the upside, but these stocks don't really have a big average daily range, so that is a little bit of a turnoff. Generally, as a day trader, you want to see at least, even as a swing trader, you want to see at least 3 to 4% average daily range, and this one does have just on the low end of the cutoff at 2.87. With the earnings report tomorrow, if it comes out with a strong catalyst or a big beat or a big miss, maybe that will give you the expansion that I'm looking for. But right off the bat, right now, it's not a high priority name. It is an orange priority name right now. REIT stocks have been a little bit on fire until Tilray reporting earning tomorrow. Will be very interesting. There is a setup over here, if I'm being honest. which will be a breakout above $189.2. That's called the high volume delayed close long. So right above the 189, 186 area over here, if Tilray manages to get above that on good volume on a positive earnings report, that's a good long you don't want to miss out on, especially with weed legalization in America being conversed a lot more. I think this is a good name for sure to keep an eye out for. Pepsi, boomer name, doesn't really trade in a way that I like to trade stocks in, but hey, look at this chart. Maybe it is actually going to give me an opportunity, but that would be below 139, 138.88. So right now, resistance, inflection zone, basically 139. If the stock is below 139 tomorrow on the earnings report, that's your trigger to go short on this name. HELE. Don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's go to AMD instead. A new all-time high on AMD, ladies and gentlemen, and that I did not expect. I expected a lot more sideways action over here, and not a completely new all-time high. So that's insane. Shout out to OpenAI, baby, because they are the new king maker. If you have a partnership with OpenAI, you are now the new king of the market. So shout out to AMD. You guys know how much of a fan I am for AMD, but sadly on this rally, I own 0 shares of AMD, which makes me very, very sad. However, as a trade setup, look, now you have a new all-time high. Any pullback and holding above the new all-time or above the previous all-time high, sorry, will be very important. 227 is the number that I want to watch for to see if AMD can find buyers above it. RGTI looking like it's or does Ion Q even, you know, the sector looking like possibly getting for some downside over here, already below yesterday's low. You want to make sure that the 9-day moving average doesn't end up acting as like a support for Ion Q. RGTI still has not taken out yesterday's low, so that's something to keep an eye out for. There are other two stocks, QUBT, QBTS. I'm not really as interested in those ones. RR. Some of the big traders, for example, Jack Kellogg, who was long all the way up here and made $3 million, is now short. So maybe you want to be careful in some of these names over here, but that doesn't mean that they can't go higher, right? Just trail your positions to moving averages and then enjoy the money as it keeps coming in. The drone sector is still a little weak today. ACHR barely flat, but Joby down 8%. Joby basically gapping down. ACHR flat on the day. Nice pop off the 9-day moving average on ACHR. UMAC still holding above the 9-day, which is very good. I need you to continue to do that. SNDK, here are a little bit more important names. These stocks were looking like they were going to crack, but again, bounce right off of the 9-day moving average, so worth keeping an eye on. This is a little bit more lower volume. The other two names are Western Digital and Seagate Technologies, STX and WDC, and these ones actually gave you a proper pullback trade, but you can see how they're now at the 21-day moving average, so potentially finding some buying at the 21-day moving average for both of these stocks, WDC or STX. Prada, step away for a minute, but need to go to the bathroom now and take a look at GME. Be back in a few. Yes, I'll take a look at GME when you come back. Let me know. Polymarket is still trading, is saying trading is not available in the USA. Yeah, like I said, Polymarket is just now legal in America. It's not 100% legal. It's just now legal. I think yesterday or a couple days ago it got legalized. If you throw in your phone number, you'll be able to unlock or get the notice when they actually go fully live. But you can use a VPN to trade Polymarket on even if you're in America. Just use a VPN to go to like Japan or something, or create a Polymarket account, like with the MetaMask account and a Polymarket account, and then go use BetMore, BETMOAR, BetMore. I think that's how you spell it. Let me check. Yeah, MOAR, BetMore. Okay. Oracle continuing its gap down, was it? Or gap fill. Oh, nice little range over here forming on Oracle. Looks like we got some support around 279. Still waiting for this range high to break. I was talking about this range high not too long ago. If that gets reclaimed 300, that'll be a little bit of importance. Apparently Google went down today. Not really. My dad was complaining that Google went down. I mean, Dad, don't look at Google being down just because it's red by 0.5%. For my dad, I swear to God, he just needs all of these stocks to go up every single day, never to pull back. Like, even if Tesla pulls back by like 0.5%, he's like, oh, but Tesla pulled back. I'm like, bro, look at the market. It's at all-time highs. Who cares if Tesla pulled back by 0.1%? You know, QQQ literally broke all-time high. S&P 500 is breaking all-time high. IWM bounced off of the 9-day moving average. DIA, who cares about the diamonds, honestly? But the diamonds are bouncing off of the 9-day average. So for anyone who's worried about their long-term account, I'm not saying like my father's worried about his long-term account. He's printing, he's making money, he's enjoying making profits. I told him to buy PayPal recently. He bought PayPal. He's watching that position go up too, right? So sometimes trading can be that easy. You just don't make it complicated for yourself. I've been repeating this quote for the last 4 days now, and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of money has been lost by betting on the top and then expecting the top. Then money has actually been lost in the downfall. So just make sure that when the downfall happens, you're protecting yourself by sticking to stops. Don't worry about when it happens. When it happens, everyone will know. You don't have to be the one who calls it. You don't have to be the one who catches it. You just have to make sure that you manage your wins so you don't watch it turn into a losing loss, okay? Very, very simple mechanism over there on the market. I'm going to ignore most of the large cap stocks over here and quickly talk about Apple, because Apple's setup is so juicy. It's like fucking days away from doing it. 260 breakout on Apple is so close, I feel. But the question is, does it break and then immediately crumble and fall right back, or does it break and keep going? So this 260 area, I'm watching very, very patiently. I actually need to set up alerts because I don't have any alerts at that price point and I don't want to miss out. So watching Apple, that's the highest priority Mag 7 name for me. After that, there's Amazon, and Amazon basically gave you that breakout today that I was talking about. We mentioned this breakout yesterday, and it basically broke out today. So any more buying around here or above here potentially takes it to all-time high. A nice little pullback to 200-day moving average on Amazon. Ignoring the rest of them, MicroStrategy still showing weakness. Coinbase showing strength. Coinbase giving you a nice little a flag opportunity, a couple more sideways, and then once we break out of the sideways action, Coinbase potentially breaking out to the upside. More interesting though is BMNR. I had to take a loss on BMNR again. I told you anytime I buy BMNR, I just lose on this position. I fucking hate this name so much. But one thing that stands out about BMNR is a couple big time people are now also looking at it. So Jack Kellogg is looking at it. Some other, I think People Wish also tweeted about it. So maybe BMNR, when I look at it, it doesn't like it. But when other people look at it, it likes it and it'll start to act well again. At the same time, there are some short reports about it. Kurzweil came out and said they're looking for a short on BMNR. That could potentially be a good reason to look long, because the current market meta has not been good for short sellers. They've been getting blown out. And if someone's short selling this one and it's not really pushing to the downside, that's a good opportunity to look long, because you know that someone is short and they're going to look for that exit the higher the stock goes. So BMNR, high watch on the radar right now. I might even try to buy $60 again and put a stop around 57, 55 and see what happens on this name. But god damn it, every time I buy this name, it goes down. So I'm going to warn you that I'm going to probably buy this name again. But when I buy, it goes down. So maybe wait for it to go down and then buy it after I buy it. But maybe this time, it's going to be different. This time it's gonna be different. SPRB still going crazy back and forth. No volume though, so not really tradable. QURE potentially giving you that breakout opportunity I was talking about. It actually broke out today, but gave you a failed breakout. So maybe some more sideways action, some more channeling, and then a breakout back through 62, 61 on QURE. That's worth watching for. Precious metals, CRML, LAC, TMQ. Yeah, okay, I knew the ticker. TMQ. There you go. Trilogy Metals, TMQ, QMC was it? Maybe not QMC. TMQ, LAC, MP. All of these names are all on the watch. MP has kind of made its rally already, but it was the first one to make the rally. And it's also the only stock, if I remember correctly, that is actually holding the rights to dig in the Pacific Ocean or some shit like that. I don't know. Some crazy BS like that, but also MP doesn't do anything real last time I checked. So if you care to do research on that side, you know, you can also find reasons to short this name, but the reasons to long this name is currently the theme is hot. The theme is hot, so why not? LAC, TMQ, MP, CRML, and other precious metal stocks. Last but not least, before we go to the space sector, I just want to see where SoFi is. Yeah, SoFi not interesting. The space sector continuing to blast off. RKLB up another 6% today. ASTS going higher. Black Sky going higher. It just can't stop, won't stop for the space sector, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to anyone who listened to your boy TraderPrad on his call outs, because you guys are all printing money at the moment. You're making more money than I am, because I'm actually not in any trades at all. I'm saving some money so I can fund my day trading account. So for that, I haven't been swing trading. So sucks to be me. You know what, actually, had I swing traded, I would have had more money for my day trade account, but I didn't. So it sucks to be me. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end. I lied. That's not the end. I forgot that there's actually 2 IPOs tomorrow, and I wanted to leave before talking about them. So let's talk about these IPOs really quickly. 2 IPOs tomorrow. First one is ALH, a laundry holding, and actually they actually do laundry, which was funny. Is there another one besides that? There was PXED. So let's go to PXED. What do you guys do? Phonics Education Partners. Phoenix. God damn it, Prad. Yeah, you need education, buddy. Phoenix Education Partners. What do you guys do? It is a massive driven mission. Yeah, you need education, brother. Come on. You call this phonics and you call this massive. Oh my god, the dyslexia. Phoenix Education Partners is a mission-driven organization operating at the forefront of the rapidly evolving post-secondary education market. Interesting. As one of the largest online education providers and a pioneer in our field, we benefit from the dynamic interplay between technology, innovation, education, employment, and economic trends. Why do I want to short this company? Like, you know, AI easily replaces your job. So like, so a kid can go over here, what is it, Perplexity, and go to student mode. How do I turn on student mode? Does anyone know how do I turn on student mode? How to turn on student mode in Perplexity. Oh, maybe you need a student account for that? That would make more sense, right? Maybe a study mode. Yeah, study mode. Ah, you need a student account for this, so I can't do it? I can still do it. Basically, Even in ChatGPT, there's a student mode that like gives you flashcards and so on, and helps you study better than traditional school and study methods. So what's the point of this company? I think this company is just a short just off the IPO. The fact that you're IPOing at such a high price is also funny to me. 4 million shares, very, very low flow. $136 million offer amount, also very low. Let's go look at some statistics over here. 1 billion market cap or a little bit less. PE ratio of 9. They make profits, chat. They make money. They make profits. A 9 PE is actually very cheap. That's funny. That's hilarious. They're growing by 13% and they make money. So that's shout out to them. But IPOing tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that one. And the next IPO is ALH, a laundry company, Alliance Laundry Holdings. They've been making laundries for freaking long time now. Let's go take a look at these guys. Oh, decent market cap, 4 billion market cap. PE 51, and also a profitable company, and they have been growing. In the middle, they actually stopped growing. Possibly because of COVID and whatnot, but then right after that they've been growing again and numbers are looking good also. So those are the two IPOs tomorrow. Make sure you're keeping a track on that one. You are back, Michael, so let's go take a look at GME. Michael wanted me to take a look at GME. You said something about a base and then going higher. Looks like it was doing that, but now it's back below the 200-day moving average. That's a little bit of a turnoff. What could make this exciting is it finds some support, and then it bounces back from the 50-day moving average, and then it reclaims the 200-day moving average, at which point you could say, yeah, this is a very good bottom. But this action over here tells me that this is more likely than this, right? So if this is more likely, then that means the breakdown is more likely. But if this happens, then this is a very good base to use as your support, or this area is a very good base to use as a support when you go long over here. So GME right now, not as interesting for me, and honestly, I haven't traded GME in a very, very long time. Is Trump taking a take in FCX? Not that I heard of, no clue. Possibly, if you've heard that, then maybe. I think right now it's the minerals. He's talking about putting money in mineral companies. So FCX is a mineral company, so potentially worth keeping an eye on. But the ones that I've heard of were Trilogy Metals, TMQ or something like that. CRML, Caramel, I call it Caramel, but it's not Caramel, it's Critical Metals. MP has been one of the big ones for quite some time now. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Quickly, last thing over here for you guys is the econ calendar for tomorrow. Let's go take a look at that. Today we actually had FOMC minutes. I forgot to mention that to you yesterday. I apologize. Tomorrow you guys have the continuous jobless claims at 8:30. Fed Powell speaking at 8:30. That's going to be important. Be careful. Fed Powell at 8:30. Is this remarks or is this just the comments that come out and he's not actually talking? Looks like another Fed member also at 8:35. So there could be something happening throughout the day that causes Fed members to talk. You have Powell at 8:30, 8:35 you have Bowman. You have Barr at 12:45. At 3:45 you have Bowman again. So something's going on throughout the day. Let's go see. Oh, I closed the fucking paper. Let's go see what that is. Regardless, ignoring the Fed speeches, you have a couple other important things such as the jobless claims at 8:30, the WASD report at 12 o'clock, and the 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. So tomorrow seems to be pretty active for the economic calendar, and obviously the IPOs are tomorrow too. So fun day for day traders. Go make some money, ladies and gentlemen. Make that paper. Cash money. In the meantime, let me go check if my positions have cashed in yet. Usually it takes a little bit more longer than it takes about 2-3 hours to cash in. But when you guys first tuned into the stream, I was at 165 or so. I'm now sitting at 178, baby. Your boy's looking pretty. Look at this. Hamas numbers are now at 91 percentile. That means the order book is probably trading at 90 cents. I bought this in front of you at what, 77 cents? I bought this in front of you live at 77 cents. And here we are, 91 cents within a couple hours away. All it took was trading news, right? Trump said, Marco Rubio gave me a piece of letter. On that piece of letter, a piece of paper, there was talks about how I need to go to the office or go to some conference, blah, 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 blah. And now look at that. I'm 56% in the money for my extra position, though even on top of the position that I added in front of you, right? Making 56% profits and riding it to the sunset, baby. Look how much money has been trading on this market. $6 million. You can't tell me there's not enough liquidity over here to take real size. When I was getting in for what, $3, you saw me getting in with $3, $4. You could have got in with thousands of dollars and basically made 50% off $1,000. $500? Made $500 in 10 minutes? Guys, this is what I'm talking about. If you are a news trader, a breaking news trader, and you're not looking at Polymarket, you're making a big mistake, and you're going to have to play catch up in the near future. I'm going to end it on that note. No outro today, no intro today. I got nothing loaded up because I was too busy. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the final stream of the week. Go make some paper chat. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Peace.